Dewar Cruz here, your life applications officer. This is going to be a quick one. I always say that and it never happens. I'm not even going to say it anymore because I just things come to me as I'm talking, and then I got to lay it on you. But anyway, relationships. I'm glad that I'm not in one. Oh boy. I witnessed a situation today where a woman stranded without a purse. Okay? Over a relationship with a man. Stranded without purse. Out of everything that you could lose in your relationship, including the love, the so-called love that was supposed to be there, you lost your purse. One of the reasons why I disagree with the church, well, I agree and disagree with the church about their interpretation of the laws of divorce in the Bible. Because I do agree that marriage is forever, if it's a marriage. If it's a marriage. Everything's not a marriage. Just because a man and a woman share a house together and share some kids together and have sex together, that don't make it a marriage. You ain't supposed to marry your girlfriend, even though we do that. But once you marry a woman, she's no longer your girlfriend. And once you marry a man, he's no longer than your boyfriend. Now, sure, I remember a guy that used to brag about, his hot relationship with his wife. She died. She was a good friend of mine, and we all went to her funeral. And all of us men took turns having the hots for her, back in the day. But she finally was with a man that we were all satisfied with, because he was a real man. He was everything that we're not, everything that she's not, and everything that a man's supposed to be. Okay? But he will admit to this day that a lot of that was because of her. She made him in Jesus' name. Behind every good man is a good woman, they say. Behind every good woman, or in front of every good woman, is a good man. Behind every good man is a good woman. And in front, that's the way it's supposed to be. In front of every good woman is a good man. Because the women got our back, we're supposed to be in their front. As far as how we relate to one another and protect one another and keep things running smoothly and so forth. There is no man or woman worthy for anybody to lose sleep over. I don't care how much you love. I remember the crazy things that, I went through in my marriage, and watching everybody else. The only difference between me and a lot of other men is that when I finally, I can't get my vowel sounds out right. When I finally put my foot down and wanted to be the man that I was supposed to be. Okay? It was too late. I'd already, failed as a man. And now it's time to be a man, and there was no room left, no trust left for me to be a man. It had to be one way, which wasn't Bible, which wasn't Christian, or it had to be no way. I chose no way. Because it wasn't the Bible way, it wasn't the Jesus way. A man is the authority in his home. If you have a problem with that, you're not ready to get married. Okay? And if you have a problem with that, don't live with the person you're sleeping with. Because when you live with the person you're sleeping with, you're tampering with marriage. Don't do that. Because you're grabbing a little bit of marriage there, which you don't want. You said you'll never get married. Then why are you living with this person if you will never ever get married? I don't believe in marriage. I believe marriage is just a piece of paper. Okay, if marriage is just a piece of paper, why are you living with the person that you're fornicating with? Shouldn't be fornicating, but since you are fornicating, and I tried to explain this woman tonight, to this woman tonight. Y'all don't have kids together? Y'all don't live together? What's the problem? The problem is, and he's calling on the phone, and he's 1 minute he's threatening her, then he's baby, oh baby. Then he goes back to threatening her, and then he's baby. Then he goes back to threatening her. I said, turn the goddamn phone off. Jesus, turn that thing off. Baby. That's a woman thing. Only women let somebody say the word baby while they threatening you. Women are very weak in relationships. I didn't say transgender women. I see how they do. I see how they work in relationships. A transgender woman will either beat your A, okay, and leave you somewhere gasping for a Band-Aid and some gauze and some stitches and maybe even a defibrillator, okay? But a real woman, a biological woman, that's how you know the difference between biological women and biological men and transgender women. Because biological women will sit there and try to be feminists, talk that feminist crap, but the minute they have feelings for a dude, he's able to baby. You want your purse? Call me. I know where your purse is at. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Where is it? I got it. I know how to get it. Okay, you got it or you know how to get it? Baby, come on, baby. I'm going to tell everybody what a whore you are. Come on, baby. Ain't no Christian woman going to let a man talk to her like that. No matter how submissive. See, that's why y'all have a problem with the church. And y'all have a problem with submissiveness in the church because you think Christian women are that naive. Christian women are the strongest women you ever want to meet. Christian women that have been out in the world. Yeah. Y'all don't understand. We used to be out there before we were ever in here. Where's my Bible? I got to use props to let you know what I'm talking about. Have mercy. Us Christian people were once. I'm gonna find another prop. I'm gonna find you another prop. Hold up. My phone. I gotta find my phone. I got another prop for you. All of us Christian people at one time most of the Christian women you know were one time like that, okay? Or we tried to be like that. We was either like that, our Christian sisters, we were once like that, or trying to be like that. I'll give you another one. Just to get you, just to help you think. I'm using props to help you think. We were once all like that old fart right there. Take a good look. We were all once like that old fart, okay? Here, I'll show you another one. We all used to be like, I'll just, you know. No, I was gonna put Keanu Reeves up there. But Keanu Reeves ain't a bad. He's not an arrogant person, in my opinion. You know, what I mean, he's arrogant. I know who. I'll tell you that. I'll put my most hated celebrity in here. It ain't because, you know. Let me show you a picture first, and then I'm done. I'm done with this part, okay? What is his stupid name? Oh yeah, that butthole. Okay, there he is. That butt face. We all used to either be like that or was trying to be like that. Okay. But he's starting to clean up his act though since he retired. The UFC had his head all big, and he was asked in some interviews what he meant by all that. He blamed it on Dana White. He said Dana White, in the UFC, you got to do that to be, what, they pay you to say things to make. I don't believe that, even though it's the UFC. I don't believe they pay you extra money to make people angry and make people want to kill you. I mean, and then I do agree though that the UFC will put two people in the ring together that can't get along, and they'll put them in the ring together. And sometimes you're shocked when the fight gets so brutal that you almost have to evacuate the place. Okay? But this is y'all's culture. You know, this is your world. This is, you know, the world, you know, without God, you know. This is your culture, not mine, you know. I go to church with people and we get in heated discussions, and by the end of the meeting we're hugging on each other and giving each other a ride home. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all part of growing in the Lord. It's all a part of understanding the Bible, and, you know. But again, there's a difference between people out there and people in here. I like to consider myself in here. Okay? And there's another book, ain't the Bible. It's called the Book of Life. My name's in it. I'm praying and hoping and believing my name's in it. Now, let me get off of that. Back to this couple. I trust God that my name's in that Book of Life. And your name can be in that Book of Life as well. All you got to do is stop thinking about what you don't like about me and think about what I'm saying. Because you know it's true. No, it's true. I'm sorry if I don't sound like David Lynn or Alan Parr. My words don't come out as perfect. But you know good and well. You know good and well. Come on now. Come on, baby, baby, baby. Come on. You know you ain't right. And whether you know you're right with your government or right with your White House or whatever, you know you ain't right with God. And you know whether you're an atheist or a Christian, you know that you got to be right with God. Being right with Joe Biden ain't helping you. It don't do squat for you. You can be as patriotic about his dementia behind all you want to. It ain't helping you. When I was a Trump supporter, well, I'll always be I'll be a Trump supporter when his funeral was over, okay? But the thing is, when I was a Trump supporter, when he was in office, you know what I'm saying? At least I could look up to the man for politics if I couldn't look up to him for being a Christian, because he's not a Christian. Just everybody that holds a Bible in their hand ain't a Christian. I don't care how many churches you get pictures taken in front of. Okay? You don't know the difference between the Christians and the Mormons. You're not really Christian. There's a difference. You think all religions lead to God. Okay? But he's more Christian than all the other presidents that came after George Bush. Well, I think he was more Christian than George Bush. And I'm getting off of this. But who was the most Christian president that we've ever had? I forget. It wasn't going all the way back in time. It was one recent that we had. He's one of the best Christians we ever had in office. It was in my time. I'm forgetting. I have to look up and see who's Republican and who's Democrat, because I didn't really know who was Republican and who was Democrat until the 90s. Until Bill Clinton. Then I started worrying about it. I tell you that all the time. But anyway, there's two powers in this world that create love, feeling, emotion. Those two powers are relationships between peoples, and there's relationships between a man and God or a woman and God. And when you put two people that have the same respect for God in a relationship, and you put two people that trust God with all their heart in a relationship together, Stuff that happened tonight don't happen. I said two, not one. The two become one. The two become one. That's the Bible. But when you got one still holding on to the flesh and the world, won't let it go, and you got the other one that's like, I'm going to raise my family in the house of God. I'm going to raise this to be a Christian family. I'm going to lead my family in the way of the cross. We are people of the book. That's the way it's going to be. I am the leader of my house. I am the life applications officer in this house. But if you're like that and your wife don't follow you, she want to try to be, you know. But one thing I notice about biological women that have real God-given nipples and real God-given snatches, one thing I know about them, that they all have one thing in common, is when they get into relationships, the relationship controls them. But this guy tonight, he looked like he get any girl he want. Now the girl was pretty too, but her nose was way out to here, and all this right here looked like an average Jane, you know. But they were drinking too, so the most beauty of them doesn't come out when they're drinking. But this guy, he was buff, you know. He didn't look nothing like me. He was all tight, tucked in, buff, you know. He had everything going for him. Real handsome guy, you know. Baby, brother, ain't no woman worth that. If I was with your woman, or if I was with somebody better looking than your woman, if I was with Janet Jackson or Halle Berry or Mariah Carey, okay, or a little cute little Asian girl up the street, dude, I haven't seen her in a while. I miss her. I hope she's okay. That's the only girl I think about. I don't know what it is. I pray for her because I think about her every day. I don't know this girl from Adam or Eve. I don't know her. I don't know nothing about her. There's that language barrier. And when I tried to befriend her and tried to get to know her a little bit, she hurt my feelings because she acted like the language barrier is like the laws of relationships. It's like, you know, she don't speak English that well on purpose, okay? Because she don't want to be like an American or something. I don't know. But, she can speak English. She's really broken, but I understand what she's talking about. But I think her and I would be perfect together. She's not the hottest thing I've ever seen. She looks mean. She looks like she got a bad, stuck-up attitude. I don't care. There's something about her, though, that I just want to embrace. I just wish I could, like, really cut into that shell that she has around herself. But see, I don't know. Black man in Pittsburgh cutting into some little cute Asian girl shell. Well, Asian lady, though. She's got to be in her 40s. If she ain't in her 40s, I thought wrong. Maybe she ain't all that good looking, you know. But I know she's younger than me. But I don't think she's in her 20s. I think she's in her 40s. She got a kid. She got a big old giant. Well, he ain't giant. He's a little skinny thing. But he's like almost 6 feet tall. She got to be in her 40s. But God, I wish I could just... I don't want nothing from her but to break the ice. Just... I want to know what's going on with her. You know what I mean? What's wrong with her? Like, who hurt you? Like, what can I do to make you laugh, make you smile, I seen a guy make her smile. I seen a guy make her smile. He was a real old guy. And he was a real old guy. And I guess she sees him every day. She's been seeing him for years on the bus. And she got on that bus angry one day because she thought she missed the bus. The bus was late. We were all late. And she got on that bus and he said something to her and she laughed, and I was so excited to see her smile. That's the first time I've ever seen her smile. I have seen her smile when people pick her up at the bus stop. These white folks, they pick her up at the bus stop sometime when they see her out there waiting on the bus. I think they not only live in her building, but they also work in the same. They all work at Station Square. So I'm gonna have to go to Station Square. I like that place. I'm gonna have to go in there and order a Coke or something one of these days. I ain't been in there in a while. I haven't been in there since the pandemic. I need to go in there. I need to go in there and say, "You thought you was getting away from me. I found you. I knew you were here, girl. I knew you was here. I see you hiding from me. You think you can hide from me? I know where you live." No, I wouldn't do that. No. No. Too much Jesus in me for me to go after a girl with that much enthusiasm. Lord, sometimes too much Jesus is not, well, it's good for you, but too much Jesus in you make you not need nobody. Like I don't know anybody that I would cross lines to be with. Like, nobody at this point in my life is going to make me do anything against what I want to do or give anything up that I feel is right or anything for a woman. A beautiful woman. Not her. Not nobody at work. Not even nobody in church. Ain't nobody. Ain't no woman worth me saying, I don't have the money, but I'll spend the money. She was rude to me, and, well, women don't apologize, so suck it up. No. I was married to a woman that don't apologize. Sucking it up didn't keep us together. I sucked it up for 10 years. I got baggage, man. You can't make me suck nothing up. Only thing I'm sucking up is my Bible. That's it. And my Bible don't tell me to suck it up. My Bible tells me separate and come together so that you may not let the enemy come in and pull you apart. But the Bible does preach separation. God hates divorce, but he does preach separation. Okay? We separated 4 times. The 4th time, okay, I wasn't asked to leave, I left. She knew it was the day of judgment. Literally, she knew it was the day of judgment. But you know what? All that great sex and all that great so-called love and all like that, she couldn't apologize. She couldn't, for once out of 10 years, admit, okay. No, she couldn't. And it had nothing to do with me. It had to do with her. But this guy, he can get any girl he wants. But he's like, baby, come on, baby. And you say, well, maybe he really loves her. Let me tell you something. Any man that's willing to punch you and beat you, and then baby, and then when baby don't work, then he's ready to hit you again, or he's ready to threaten you, he trying to get the Uber driver to give him her purse so he can use her purse as leverage, and she's like freaking out about her purse, like, woo, you know. I said, lady, you're the one driving the car. You got your own car. We got the keys to your car. You can pick up your keys and drive home. Now, with your purse missing, you might have to call your mama or somebody for some help or something. If something happened, you need to stop and use a credit card on the way. She wasn't worried about that, because I guess she got money on her, or she got credit cards on her or something that ain't in her purse. So she's okay with that. Okay, fine. Go home. But ain't no man worth him going baby, 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 and threatening you at the same time, drunk or not. And if you think it's just drinking that he's acting like that, then you should, I don't want to be around you when you're drinking. And vice versa. He shouldn't want to be around her when she's drinking. Baby, baby, baby. Baby, baby, my butt. Which one? You know, the two. Okay, let me close. The two greatest powers are relationships and relationships with God. And then there's relationships between kids and their parents. The strongest relationship. This is why all of our love songs, all of our songs, period, are about love and sex. Okay? Because that's the most powerful feeling. See, Christians know how to enjoy the presence of God. We dance and float and do flip-flops in this presence of God. I mean, we know how to get a hold of the presence of God. But see, all you got is love. All you got is feeling and sex. And the feeling that you have towards another person, what key tells you that that's real love? It's just emotion. You're emotionally attached to somebody. Okay? Does that mean that if you divorce your wife or your husband that you didn't love them? I don't know. I have a hard time getting my ex-wife out of my mind too. I think about her as much as I think about this girl up the street. And if I went over to my old hometown to see my girls and mom wasn't home, I feel like there's something missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I go see my girls, I want to say hi to their mom too. I don't care what state she's in. I just want her to know that I care. And I always ask her if she needs anything, if I have the money. If she needs anything, can I get anything for her, you know. I don't know if that's love, though. And I'll tell you something about sex. This is why you need to stop doing it if you ain't in love. And if you ain't married, you need to stop doing it. Because love makes you attached to people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say love. Sex makes you attached to people. Now, being this is on the area of one, I gotta throw I gotta hate on the LGBTQ people and all like that because I'm on that channel. So here it goes. Sex attaches you to people. You could be having sex with someone you totally disagree with and still move in with them because you're having sex. If sex can attach normality or normalcy, if sex can attach normalcy, it can definitely attach the lack thereof. Okay, homosexuals claiming that they love each other. You can't help who you love. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. White people do it all the time with black people. White people do it all the time. Just like I told you about the story, of one of my first crushes in life. We almost was together, but Dad came down and dropped a hammer. He said, it ain't happening. And the girl was more concerned about her dad disowning her, or, her breaking her dad's trust or whatever. She didn't care if it looks kind of racist. And I'm sure she never forgot me, and I sure ain't forgot her. But I'm sure she's married now, happily married, a good Christian wife, good Christian submissive wife with two to four lovely children. Okay? All right? So, the idea that you can't help who you love, that's not really true. Because I know she loved me. She was nuts about me. Now, that could be just a feeling. But, oh, that's just a feeling? That's just an emotion? What you got? What you got? But I learned from this woman tonight, and I'm closing. This woman tonight, she did the most womanly thing that I've ever seen. You're not going to see any but a biological woman do this. She's like, he keeps calling. Okay, you begged to be escorted away from him. And I'm like, turn your phone off. And she would go to turn her phone off, then she'd look at the phone. He's calling. He's calling. Look what he just said. Look. Turn your phone. Who else is calling? Are you calling the people to find your purse tonight? You don't know who you calling. Look. Turn your phone off. I remember when I was married. My wife wanted to hear what I had to say when we were fighting. And when we were fighting, I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't speak to her. And it drove her nuts. And there were days when I said, okay, I'm not going to call her the B word today. I'm not going to, I just got home from church. I'm not going to fight with her like, I'm not going to fight with her like the brothers, fight with their wives tonight. I'm going to fight like the Bible, like the Jewish men fight. I'm going to fight like the Bible tells me to fight. So I zip. And that's off. Men that practice Judaism, I've heard crazy stories about how they treat their wives, so that's wrong. I'm not going to do it like the Jews or the Arabs treat their wives. But the way the Word of God, the way Sarah handled Abraham. Okay? Did I say Sarah handled Abraham? No, the way Abraham handled Sarah. Isaac and Rebecca. But women tend to be very obsessed with men, and that obsession makes sex go out the roof. I mean, that obsession. And a man can fight with a woman who is like into her thing. Okay? This is the power that men have over women. Like, women aren't even thinking about sex. They're like, they just want to go upstairs and go to bed, and all like that. Y'all had an argument or whatever and all like that. He's thinking, But when that man breaks that woman's heart, if she really, 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 really wants to show him, she's really done with him, she'll just leave. She'll call her mom or call her brother, somebody come get her, or she'll beg him to leave or something, But a lot of times, two people fighting is like the most awesome sex that you've ever had. Okay? Because of how the woman gets all up in her own feelings, and even though, like even tonight, this woman's reading this man his rights, and she was right. But he kept saying things back to her, and a lot of it wasn't true. I can tell. Not true. Especially about himself. And she's like feeling bad. Like women feel bad about stuff that ain't even their fault. Like they don't know when like women are very gullible. Okay? Especially around some kinds of men. Women are gullible, period, as far as how they meet men and pick men. Like you go in a bar and expect a man that you met in the bar to love you. And vice versa. But women are the worst at it. Women will sit there and they'll play hard to get in that bar and hard to get and call everything a man does sexual harassment and all like this, and then end up with the dude. And then they become so obsessed, and it becomes to a point to where they have to fight with each other and break each other's heart to have sex. That's how they get it up, is fighting with each other. But they didn't love each other. It was a lot of emotion. And the women, they feel so bad, even when they're right. Even when they were the quietest one, they said their piece, and they didn't let themselves, become out of control like him. They feel so bad. And that feeling bad, like this woman tonight, makes them do crazy things. You got a man that's getting ready to beat the snot out of you. And you worried about your purse, which he just wants you. He's lying to you about your purse so he can be alone with you. Which, when you don't give him what he wants, he's going to knock you out. And I think that's all I want to say. Like, I'm going to call this good rambling. But see, us Christians, we get past that. When Christian women get into it with their husbands, when they're having a bad day or a bad night with their husbands. And this is another reason why another reason why a lot of denominations embrace the idea that women shouldn't be talking in church. Women should be silent in church and all like that. Because when men get hurt, when they get their feelings hurt, when men get put in their place, when men get embarrassed by women, when men get embarrassed by men, when men fall and have failures and you name it, they can still stay in the spirit. Where a woman will forget everything she studied and everything that her pastor taught her and everything that the women of the church taught her. She'll forget it the minute she gets into a battle with anybody, whether it's a woman in the church, her husband, her brother, her mama, her dad, anybody. She'll forget this. She'll forget all about this for a whole day. Forget all about this. I mean, she might as well be drunk. She done forgot so much. It takes you to get a man drunk for him to speak and talk like he's out of his mind. Well, women talk like they're out of their minds all the time when they get angry, whether they're drinking or not. They're always saying stuff that just ain't reality. You know. I love women. But I love them better in perspective. Oh, hallelujah. I said that perfectly. I ought to be a preacher. Wait a minute, I am a preacher. Anyway, I like women in perspective, not just any woman. That's why I ain't going up the street and knock on her door. I know she ain't saved. Why do I know she ain't saved? I don't know. There's just something about her, the way she carries herself. Tells me she got morals, but she's not a Christian. But I think about her all the time. My first goal with her would be to evangelize her and get her to know the Lord. And that would probably make us enemies. I don't know. That would probably mean she definitely ain't right for me. But praise the Lord. This has been fun. Thank you for watching. Us Christians know how to get into the presence of the Lord. And our relationship with God judges everything else in our life. It judges. And when I spoke to this woman tonight, her and the other officers, they looked at me like, you should be a preacher. Well, I didn't preach from the Bible. I just preached to her what I understand from being divorced and what I understand from watching my friends go to jail for slapping their wives, and from what I know from this Bible. Okay? I've been around people that have been married no matter what. I've been around people that are married and they're not even happy, and they stay married. They don't have sex. They can't be around the kids at the same time. Every time they just share the rent together, and one's in a room and the other one's in a living room. They're never in a room together, but yet they think that God is okay with them. And this is where I disagree with the church. They think that God is pleased because they're married, but yet they're not really married. They're not having sex together. They can't even be in the same room together. Everything is business. Well, okay, who's paying this bill this month? I thought this would be short. It's not short, but I can't help myself. It was good. Okay. There's a fine line between love. Love is not just feeling. Love is more about a commandment and a duty and a model. This is what love looks like, kind of thing. And you do that regardless of how you feel. Feelings can be anywhere. You can love somebody one minute and be killing them the next. All these men that are in prison for killing their wives, like, you don't think O.J. Simpson loved his wife? I'm sure in his mind, he loved her so much. He loved her so much, he took another man's life. Jesus gave his life for us because God so loved the world. Okay, O.J. Simpson took her life because he loved her so much, and the man that she was supposedly sleeping with. Okay? But God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. God sent his Son to die on the cross. They slapped him and spit on him and pierced him. Okay? And it was love coming from him to you. They killed him. They crucified him is what they call that. And when you understand what a crucifixion is in that time, and there's all these false gods got a depiction to compete with that, but it's just a depiction to compete. It's a counterfeit. Jesus gave his life because he is the second of the Trinity. And he knew both worlds well enough that he could let this one go, knowing that absent from the body is present with the Lord. And not only that, because he is God, the second of the Trinity, he will be back on the right hand of God where he belongs when he carries out this mission of love. Love is not fun here on earth. It's not fun. But it is pure if you are in the right capacity of love. Okay? But the way I hear some of y'all talking about love, you might as well go back to getting yourself a girlfriend, because that ain't a marriage. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You know, and women have issues. But what I love about the women in the church is they don't become feminists so they don't have to fix their issues. No, you have an issue as a woman that's not fitting. So let's fix the woman so that she can be what she is. You ain't no man. Okay? You ain't no man. Alright? I can change a diaper. But if I change diapers every day, all day long, you feel funny about that. You feel some kind of way, don't you? Right? But you ain't gonna take the trash out all the time. You ain't answering some crazy dude when he knocks on the door. You ain't answering that door. You ain't gonna walk through the dark like Catwoman. Forget that stuff you see on TV. You ain't walking through the alleyway like Catwoman. The kind of work I do. When women see my little midget behind at night with that little badgie thing hanging on my belt, okay, they are glad to see me. Because they know even if I can't fight good, I can sacrifice my life for theirs. Okay? But praise God, I am DeRoy Cruz. I am your life applications officer. Don't you forget it. Like, share, subscribe, dislike, I don't care. Leave a comment, and I'll make a video about it. God bless you. Thank you for watching.